Imagine this, a 747 airplane sits on a giant conveyor belt. The conveyor matches the speed of the plane's wheels, but it moves in the opposite direction. Here's the big question, can the plane still take off? At first glance, this seems impossible, but when we dive into the science, the answer might surprise you. To understand this thought experiment, we need to look at how planes actually work. Many people think that the motion of the plane is controlled by its wheels, just like a car on the road. But for an airplane, this isn't the case. A plane moves forward because of thrust. The jet engines push air backward, creating a forward force that propels the aircraft. This is the key. The engines work independently of the wheels. The wheels are simply there to reduce friction with the ground. Now let's focus on the conveyor belt. What happens when it moves in the opposite direction, matching the speed of the wheels? The wheels will spin faster, but that's all. The conveyor belt has no way to counteract the thrust produced by the engines, and because of this, the plane can still move forward. To take off, an airplane needs lift. Lift is created when air flows over the wings as the plane moves forward. The engines ensure that the plane reaches the necessary speed to generate this lift. And here's the crucial point. Lift depends on the airspeed over the wings, not on the wheels or the ground. Let's break this down with some basic physics. To take off, two main conditions need to be met. First, the thrust from the engines must overcome drag, the resistance of air. Second, the airspeed over the wings must generate enough lift to counteract the weight of the plane. We can express lift with this equation. Here, airspeed over the wings is represented. Notice that wheel speed isn't part of this equation. The conveyor belt only affects the wheels, not the airspeed. So, as long as the engines generate enough thrust to move the plane forward, it will reach the required airspeed and take off. Many people argue that the conveyor belt would stop the plane from moving. But remember, the engines generate forward motion, not the wheels. Another concern is that the wheels might spin too fast and break. While they do spin faster than normal, they are designed to handle much more than this scenario. Let's simplify this with a demonstration. Here's a toy plane placed on a treadmill. If we turn on a fan to push the plane forward, it moves, regardless of the treadmill's speed. This is because the forward force comes from the fan, just like the engines on a real plane. So can a 747 take off on a moving conveyor belt? Yes, it absolutely can. The conveyor belt does nothing to counteract the forward thrust generated by the engines. As long as the plane reaches the necessary airspeed for lift, it will take off just like it would on a normal runway. This thought experiment reminds us how important it is to understand the science of flight. Planes don't rely on their wheels for motion. They rely on their engines and the laws of physics. What other aviation myths should we explore? Let us know in the comments below.